This next video was requested. Now, I don't know the contents of the video. I don't know the I don't know of this forgotten freak out, but this is from Harmful Opinions, and the title of the video is Sungrand Studios: The Forgotten Freakout. I'm not familiar with any of this. But I'm intrigued because I don't know the history of Sungrand. I still don't understand why he's had the crash out that he has. He has not actually been honest to us about why he did what he did. The whole I just wanted to get the I just wanted to get rid of the toxic people on the channel. That's disingenuous because what he did just encouraged a fuck ton of people to deliberately be toxic. Oh, Harmful Opinions is your boy? Alright, so we're gonna check him out for the first time and see what's up with that. Because I'm like I said, I'm not at all familiar. Not at all familiar, so this is a wild ride cast? Really? Holy shit. Let's see.
Guys, I put my hands up. I was wrong. Some of you in the comments were right. There totally is more to be said about this guy, which I should have known given he's a man of such infinite talent. Did you know on top of everything else he said he did, he also apparently worked in theater?
I've been buying a lot of props and costume parts, and it's not just, oh, I need a prop to do a video. I don't need props to do videos, but if I have props, it lets me come up with ideas on the spot. It lets me just, I've worked in theater a fair bit in the past, and so you learn to improvise.
There is nothing this
And you learn to pretend to be someone else, right? That's something else that that is not spoken of. Dumb question, what exactly did Sun do? So Sungrand Studios, to kind of just summarize the situation, dude blew up criticizing the industry's poor behaviors from different games spanning from like Assassin's Creed Shadows to Concord, and he would publicly address as a video game developer address the issues and bad behaviors. And he got a lot of love and he blew up off of that. He would also on his the other videos he would make would be like development related videos and stuff. And so, but his bread and butter, what made him blow up as a channel was criticizing industry poor behaviors and being a pro consumer advocate YouTube channel. And recently he decided to make a video glazing and defending the Nintendo Switch 2 and all the practices, and people called him out for his hypocrisy, and then he went on to make a video essentially doing the opposite of what his channel blew up off of, which was him turning on the audience, turning on the consumer that had a lot of criticism for Nintendo and their poor business practices. And then he tried to play it off as though it was a joke and that he had done it in order to get the toxic people to leave his comments, which really was a humongous failure because he encouraged so many more people to be toxic. Justifiably so, because what he did, it doesn't add up at all. Thought he was just trying to land a Nintendo sponsor. It seemed like it. One of the videos he did make, and we didn't react to that one, but one of the videos he did make was essentially a pitch to Nintendo, like, hey, you need someone, he didn't say like me, but he described all of his general qualities that he was pretending to be, right? He was like, you need someone like this, and then proceeded to essentially, discuss his qualities, to represent them and try to get the audience to understand what they're going for. So it did sound like he was definitely trying to get a Nintendo job. Toxin said, so basically the Switch 2 is Melanie Mac and Sungrand is Razor Fist. Yo, yo.
this man hasn't done professionally.
I hope
Except
that kind of
YouTube,
summarizes
of
it
course.
for you.
He's not a YouTuber. And what is he really, above all else? Well, he's a game dev, which is an element of his character I decided to take a little closer look into. Some of you may be aware that Gerald's game dev claim to fame is that he was the last 3DS dev, and he got a small crumb of attention for his feat of pumping as many games as he could onto the dying console. But that was in 2022-2023. A few years before that, Healthy
So I guess he was always a Nintendo glazer. I don't know. I'm just assuming at this point.
days of the 3DS,
Glazer
Gerald also
Fist?
released
Yo.
his magnum opus, and it is that story we're going to briefly look at today. In January 2020, Sungrand Studios published Silver Falls 3 Down Stars on the Nintendo 3DS. Here's a clip from the trailer. So
This
how'd
is a
that work out
3DS
for
game?
him?
Wow.
Got to level with you that the game isn't selling real well. And I was really counting on it. I didn't need it to sell millions and millions and millions, but I just need it to sell enough to pay bills and to cover cost of living and things like that.
Oof.
And
Sucks being in that
the
position.
game hasn't sold more than 200 copies yet, which doesn't cover the almost 3 years now going on when I've been working on this.
How is this possible? How
Big
could
yikes.
his masterpiece have not been a commercial success? Across multiple videos, Gerald gives a few different explanations. In this video, he blames piracy.
I'm getting messages from people online that are sort of laughing in my face and saying, "Ha, thanks for making a 3DS game. I'm going to go pirate it now." And I expected piracy is going to happen, but I didn't expect 3DS users to be so ungrateful to not realize there's a developer who really genuinely cares about people that want to use the 3DS and keep playing 3DS games.
Financial
Okay, so first and foremost, as much as he wants to use that as an excuse, it's really not. Those are people that are just trolling you. They never had any intention of buying your video game to begin with. They probably didn't even bother to pirate your game. They were probably just telling you that just to fuck with you because they know that they know that's the easiest way to make a game dev mad. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go steal your fucking game, brother. Like, yeah, that's just a troll move. They probably didn't even do that. They probably just told you that. But to blame it on piracy is, yeah, that just doesn't work.
ruin is one thing,
You're
but
making
it's
a
the
video
lack
game
of
for a fucking
gratitude that
outdated
really
platform.
hurts. He also explains that he had trouble getting the word out, found it difficult to get people to promote it.
I haven't been able to get any websites or any YouTubers to play and talk about the game, or to much less review it.
Just a reminder, by the way, this is the guy trying to speak from authority, offering critique like this.
Those trolls could be like 9 years old. Yo, for real, Toxin, you're not lying.
This is my professional assessment of the studio Obsidian. The marketing and PR department is utterly incompetent.
He's doing comedy, but it's not all a joke. He's living out a fantasy where his life went differently. As you
Homeboy is fucking crazy. Legit 5,150.
Really? So yeah, I'm curious at this point because Beach Hill Lurker, you don't really like express like really extreme opinions. But that's a pretty wild opinion to have. And like I said, I haven't seen this video, so I'm interested to see what's the deal at this point, right? My bad, I have to put chat here again because fucking YouTube memory leak again. But yeah, Miss Sparkle says, "Oh no, you're watching the Harmful Opinions video." I'm sorry, I love Harmful Opinions. I bought his merch. See, I'm not familiar with him, so you guys are introducing me to someone new that I'm not all familiar with. So far, so good. I mean, I'm pretty like middle grounded. I'm interested to see where the video goes. Shout out to
usual,
them.
though, I'm going to be as fair as possible. This game, he sacrificed his whole life to put out there. Remember that sentence, by the way. It'll become way funnier later. This game he put out in 2020, he did get at least one review. A guy called CJ, writing for Destructoid,
No,
gave
I
it
didn't see that, Miss
4 out
Sparkles.
of 10. And here is an excerpt of how the review starts. At least the 3DS still has an extensive back catalogue. Not 3 days after I published my review in progress for Silver Falls 3 Down Stars, the update players had been waiting for dropped. The game-breaking bugs plaguing those who had picked it up were no more, and everyone would be able to see the story through to the end.
Dude is prob on the
Damn.
spectrum, blew up over Gamergate and doesn't know how to handle the pressure. I don't get the feeling he has malicious intentions.
That's a fair assessment, Nissan. To be honest with you, I don't even think that. Do I think that perhaps maybe he's on the spectrum? Maybe. Maybe that is the case, judging from his actions recently and how he does kind of play a little bit of pretend. But I will go as far as to even say this: you don't have to be on the spectrum to fumble the bag when it comes to YouTube. You don't have to be on the spectrum at all. I fear blowing up the way Sungrand did. Like, do I want to grow as a YouTuber? Of course, that's the goal, right? But I don't want to wake up tomorrow and have 50,000 fucking new subs. Like, I don't want that. I wouldn't know how to deal with it. So it's a lot of pressure even for someone who isn't on the spectrum. And I'm not saying I'm not on the spectrum. I'm just saying I don't know if I'm on the spectrum. That's all. But that's fair.
That is, if they could get past all the new game-breaking bugs the update introduced. Apparently, this thing was a genuine piece of crap. Not just a bad game, not just a game people didn't like, but a broken piece of software. There is a video
Tism
from
gang,
Gerald
baby.
addressing these issues a few days after launch, and I want you to pay attention to the effing pronouns.
So, like so basically his game is broken is what they were saying, but he was trying to blame it on piracy. Like, bro, no one wants to play a broken game. So, like, I get sent codes sometimes, right? Um, or I request codes, and I always pick the option, like, play and then choose later to talk about or not, right? There's games that are outright fucking, like, unplayable, that are, like, small in scale, you know? Like, so they're basically, like, indie devs that made a video game, but the game is practically unplayable. I don't wanna shit on the indie dev, right? Because it's not like many people are gonna buy their game to begin with, right? But, I'm definitely not gonna talk about the game. There's nothing to talk about if the game is shit, right? It's not like Expedition 33 where it comes from, like, this developer that's relatively new on the block and the game is phenomenal. It's not that, right? It's a game that nobody's likely gonna even know about because it doesn't really stand out in any way. No worries, Miss Sparkles. Ignore everything I just said. Oh, no. Shout out to Miss Sparkles using speech to text and it going horribly wrong. I just read that. Damn.
It has come to our attention
Damn.
that there are a number of glitches that players are finding, that some are mostly just aesthetic, and others are quite substantial and are game-breaking, and we do apologize for that. It's quite disheartening for our team because we've poured in thousands of hours of development and hundreds of hours into testing.
We, us, our team. 19 days later, he was still talking about having a team.
At that point, I was thinking, what's achievable? Our team is still small, new. We don't have all the experience in the world.
Still mentioning his team, doesn't say anything about it breaking up. He was referring to something that happened in the past, but in this video he was still using first-person plural pronouns, and referred to we and us doing things in the comment section. 2 days after this, though...
I don't have a team now. I'm working on this alone, and I'm absolutely exhausted because...
What happened?
So, road to 100K, let's go. Yeah, right. Maybe in 10 years, brother. Embarrassing yourself and the streamer is the job of the chat, just saying. Damn. So, I guess he was... What they're implying is that he was pretending to have a team. Because that game did not look like it was made by a team. The little snippet of 3DS game that he was referring to, so...
Big guy. In this video, he explains that he was unable to hire people to be in the office and that he just had some voluntary collaborators.
Office?
But it sure as hell sounded in previous videos like his connection to these people was a lot more than that, didn't it? This guy has...
Yo, Toxin, you ain't lying. That shit with Smash JT is insane. Dude got clapped by YouTube for showing knees in a video. Showing a video that happens to feature knees to the chest. That's crazy, bro.
Been a weird, slippery worm forever. I'd like to draw attention as well to the description of that video. Imagine, for 1 second, writing this about yourself. Gerald opens up not as a developer, but as a person. Discusses the issues behind the scenes of production. We cannot thank our supporters and fans for sticking with us.
It's come to my attention that Cass is a gooner, so hit that like button, and don't
The
forget
like
to super
button.
chat for that dress-wearing goal.
There is no, guys, do not super chat. There is no dress wearing goal. All right. If I'm forced to, I will put on the Scooby Goon outfit, but that is not a dress. Stop trying to sabotage me, damn it. Stop trying to sabotage me, casualties. Thank you so much for the 5, brother. Lindo says $127 away from the Scooby Goon goal. Force her into the suit. Leave me alone. We're not wearing the goon suit tonight, damn it. We're not wearing the goon suit tonight. You guys can't make me, damn it. You can't make me. I am not wearing no dress. 700 for the dress goal? Nah, son. There is no dress goal. Princess Peach cosplay cat? No. Nope.
I mean,
nope,
I think you mean
nope.
cannot thank enough, but okay. Speaking of YouTube video descriptions, let me read you another from a video he uploaded a couple months after that. The title of the video is Game Developer Breaks Down, opens up about fighting Nintendo to bring new games to the 3DS. He wrote, "After thousands of hours of hard work, game dev faces huge resistance in getting a working version of his game published. Faced with a seemingly impossible reality, Gerald opens up about the turmoil and fight leading up to and following the launch of Silver
the hell?
Falls 3 Down Stars on new 3DS. Apologies for the disheveled, haggard look, but this is the face of a developer pushed past the point of exhaustion, yet still continues to work as hard as possible to pursue his dream of creating games for players around the world."
Wow. I'm not gonna lie. So like, there's sites, right? There's like Chrome extensions that could essentially kind of summarize your video for you. It's not my birthday. My birthday isn't until July, the end of July. He has main character syndrome. It sounds like it, but it also sounds like he got like the Chrome extension AI to write a basic summary of his video, because that's kind of how they like summaries end up.
And this is the best video I have seen from Sungrand Studios so far, by a mile. See, at this point, Gerald was still wrestling his broken piece of trash game. The few people who bought it were upset that it didn't work, and he was trying to defend himself. He starts by blaming his tools.
At some point,
hell?
you gotta stop and you've gotta be fair. And I'm working with
A Bayonetta cosplay? Yo, son, that's too crazy. You know how much effort has to go into that shit? You gotta get the boots, the boot guns. Nah, son, y'all be wildin'.
using Unity, and I was promised a development kit that was fully featured and fully worked and would work the way it's supposed to on 3DS, and I was promised that.
I love
and
summer birthdays.
There were issues.
I'm actually a Leo, but I love a summer birthday. It's fucking awesome. Like, bro, you would have Christmas. All right, so you get your Christmas gifts, and then summertime, the opposite, the 180 of the year. Fucking right dead of summer, get some stuff too. Hell yeah, W, bro. It was a huge W for me as a kid. I mean, it's hot as fuck, but I never mind that.
With
Tinkerbell
development kit early on, and I was promised, oh yeah, okay, we'll fix that. Well, new versions of Unity 3DS kept rolling out, and there were
a full
stability
body
issues, huge
leather
stability
suit.
issues.
Why?
And so a lot of my
I
development
just want to be me,
for
damn
3
it.
Down Stars couldn't focus on developing the game. It
You guys can't peer pressure me, damn it. I just want to be me.
was tearing down and rebuilding the entire game to avoid issues that I found with the development kit with Unity 3DS.
Was it Bruce Lee who said, "Fear not the dev who's made 100 games, but rather the dev who's made one game 100 times"? So
Oh my god. Well, Bruce Lee did say something along the lines of that, but with kicks. He said, fear not the person who has practiced, who has thrown 1,000 different kicks or some shit like that, but fear the person that's thrown the same kick 1,000 times. Basically, they've perfected that specific kick.
starts with, they promised me the tools would work,
We're
but
just
they
trying
didn't,
to
so I had to
goon?
just remake it, and that's what I hate all the time. That's why it doesn't
Yeah,
seem like
10,000
multiple
times.
years of
You're right,
work.
Char-
He quickly
Char-
moves on
Chief.
from this, though, and explains, actually, it's not that the tools are all messed up, it's that the bugs, they don't exist.
People have been reporting glitches and
Damn.
issues that do not exist in the game that I sent to Nintendo. I submitted a game, I worked my ass off, and that's just... There's
July
no two ways
babies.
around it. As soon as the game launched, I've been working 125 hours a week nonstop.
Yo,
And I've
mass
been
hysteria,
putting my
damn
head
it.
down and being humble.
Yep, that's Gerald, that's what he's known for, being humble. He'll tell you 100 times every video. But did you catch that? The bugs don't exist in the version he sent to Nintendo. Gerald couldn't be a fuck-up. The issues have to be coming from somewhere else.
Well, I'm investigating issues that people are reporting, and I'm trying to fix it, only to find out that those glitches and issues don't exist in what I sent to Nintendo. And I worked my ass off to try and fix this and make this game work. And what's being distributed has issues that are impossible. They're absolutely impossible in the work that I sent out to Nintendo. And you would look at that game and you would think, oh, it's broken, the person that made this. clearly has no idea what they're doing because it's such a basic glitch or a crash.
That
Yeah,
sounds
I would.
crazy, bro. This dude is wildin'. Bro, just like people want honesty more than anything else nowadays because we get lied to so fucking much, right? Like just fucking say what it is and then make it better. Bowsette cosplay, 10K sub special. Oh my god. Hell no.
It's out of my
Hell
control.
no.
I have no idea what is really happening in this situation.
I think that's probably true in a lot of situations, but he continues with this line of thinking.
I'm looking at my work and I'm saying, no, that can't happen because it's so simple. How do you miss issues like that? And how do you have a product that's so broken, almost as if you didn't test it at all?
That's impossible. I can't be retarded. It must be this
Oh, no.
retarded reality I've slipped into. It is at this point that Gerald begins to despair.
And I don't know what to do.
Jesus.
And we're going to keep getting negative reviews, and we're going to get comment section in those reviews filled with negativity, and they're going to keep slamming the game and, you know, building an extremely negative reputation for the game. And the game is not selling. There are a lot of negative reviews and saying, oh, it's not worth it, don't buy this.
Sounds like a fair review to me, brother, based on what I've seen. Now, dear viewer, I have a challenge for you, a question. You just have a few seconds to think about this, to try to figure it out quickly. Where do you think his reasoning will go next? What do you think the truth he's figured out is? What will Gerald imply is the real reason these bugs are happening? 3, 2, 1, time's up. Let's get into it.
I believed Nintendo would support me in getting the game selling so I can support their hardware, and that's not what is happening. And it's clear that Nintendo wants gamers to move on to the Switch, and I'm trying to pick my words very carefully here.
Uh-oh.
But
Uh-oh. Don't diss your beloved Nintendo.
to me, it's clear they did not want me putting a new game on the 3DS.
I couldn't believe it the first time I heard it either. Our boy is implying, oh so smoothly, that Nintendo sabotaged his game because they were scared it would be so successful it would keep old hardware they want to die alive. And
Damn,
this
that's a crazy
is the moment.
A beach lurker who broke TTS says, wait till they discover the bodies in the cellar. No. So far, what I'm getting from this is that there likely is a good bit of mental illness with this dude. And honestly, I feel like he likely played us all. Not the way that we were thinking initially. That's what I'm kind of getting so far from this all. Have a good night, Game & Wolf. Appreciate you hanging out with us, brother.
Caught on tape that Gerald Dulé snapped.
I sacrificed a lot to, sorry. I sacrificed my whole life to bring... Sorry. I've sacrificed my whole life to bring a game to the 3DS that I thought people would enjoy. And I've worked my ass off, and I thought I can handle it, I can take it. And I'll just be tough, and I'll make it work, and it's gonna be great.
Ultra Instinct Schizo Game Dev Level 3 has been unleashed before our very eyes.
And I did not expect that I gotta be careful with my words, but I didn't expect that Nintendo would go against me.
I did not expect a betrayal from the big N. This man posted a psycho breakup video with Nintendo 5 years ago. I hope you understand this.
Nintendo doesn't care because I'm nobody. I'm a small indie developer. I'm an insect. And to me, it matters a whole lot. And to the people in my life who are counting on me, it matters a whole lot. So to me, it means everything. And to them, I don't exist.
Beautiful little sniff. Heart-wrenching. He was a nobody.
I'm an insect.
His games and professional reputation were in the toilet.
Right now, 3 Down Stars has a reputation of
That was a
garbage
5-year-old
shovelware.
video.
And so Nintendo took him for granted, even stepped on him, on purpose. But now he's got that YouTube clout. He's bought a suit from AliExpress, and they'll have to pay attention.
Hello, Mr. Bowser. My name is Gerald Dulé. I develop games. In the past, I've worked as industry consultant, PR manager and liaison, event manager, and public speaker. I was hoping we could have a bit of a discussion today.
I was wrong. He is not just a deranged fanboy dreaming of a job. This man was raped by Nintendo and just wants them to acknowledge he exists, acknowledge and soothe the pain they caused him. 5 years ago, they destroyed his dreams, and now he needs them to fix it. Oh, and by the way, this video was originally going to have a different title, but it was already taken.
Um, I kind of got silent because I really wanted to assess all the information before speaking. But I don't even think that harmful opinions assessment is really correct in this situation. Yeah, I think surface level that's the case, but I'm starting to think that wholeheartedly so. Sungrand is probably pretty reasonably mentally ill. Um, I think that he definitely kind of role plays in the real world, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this whole. Beach Lurker for the two says Brit goes missing. He should be the prime suspect. I don't think that's the case. I just think that he's role playing in real time, and he just this is how he gasses himself up to do some of the things that he does. I'm not making excuses for him. At the end of the day, he did the wrong thing, but I really do think after watching that video particularly, um, see, Silent Night, I don't even think that's the case. I think yeah that he's disappointed with Nintendo, but I think that this dude role plays in real life because I think that he does probably have some sort of mental illness. That's kind of crazy though. Content must have been light that day. His exposed is just as cringe as the subject matter. So does he not like Nintendo anymore since he's blaming Nintendo for his game failing? Uh, Battle Puppet. So the video that we were watching was very old, so like from 5 years ago. So I read some of the comments, and he tends to hang around old people a lot. Shout out to Nissan for the 5, who says, vid was from 2020. Lots of people broke during lockdowns. That's true, too. That's a very fair assessment, too. COVID broke him, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. That would make the most sense. A lot of people still haven't recovered from. Yeah, kind of watching this video, I don't really have the same mindset as harmful opinions here, but I do appreciate him for bringing these clips to light because it does add some more information that that I didn't previously know, but I do feel as though this dude is suffering from something. Um and I will say I think he's played us all. I do think that he has played us all. Because I definitely took him very seriously, and gave him a lot of respect. And I think that he was but I think he played us all just in a different way at this point. That's what I'm thinking. Who is this? Jeremy Smith is saying, this is a video from Harmful Opinions. I'm not familiar with his work, but he's discussing some older clips from Sungrand Studios. This video kind of made me feel bad a little bit. Not gonna lie. Um, as someone with long-term mental illnesses, I can guarantee he definitely does 100%. I wouldn't be surprised. Cass, I caved, pre-ordered the Switch 2, Yoishi. Hope you enjoy it, brother. But yeah, that's kind of sad. Shout out to Beach Hill Lurker for the 2. Joking aside, he should get some help. Get the help he needs. Yeah, like this dude, he makes whole videos making up stories. And they're relatively convincing, to some extent because he's really like descriptive. Like he does he does put a lot into just selling you an event that happened. Like an almost stabbing, how he claims he got kicked out of like a nursing home that he used to go play music for. And maybe some of this is correct to some extent, but I think that he does absolutely kind of over exaggerate for the storytelling attention aspect of it. Shout out to Justin Time for the 2, says dude makes Shir Gorath seem chill. Oh man. But yeah, I think the problem with YouTube is that there's anybody can make a video that has a phone, that has a, either they have a phone or they have a camera of some sort. Anybody can make a video. So you never know who you're dealing with, right? They just tell you what they want to tell you. And it seems like maybe this is the case that Sungrand told you exactly what he did want to tell you, but a lot of that is pretend world. Maybe I got the impression he was a narcissist. I mean, but if he's making a pretend little world universe for him to be in, I mean, and he's genuinely mentally ill, and he is making this stuff up as he goes along. I mean, I kind of, it's a different type of narcissism when you don't have full control over your mental, your mental in general.